man?
Man, I'm hanging around. What about you?
I ain't seen you in a couple months since you've been over at the house.
I know it.
I tell people all the time how good you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm like, wait till you see this guy. I know you guys heard him sound check a little bit.
It's
Sounds
so
so
good.
Jeez, Louise.
I got goosebumps.
You only played like 15 seconds
yeah.
for making sure everything sounded good, and you started playing, and they were like,
Okay.
"This guy's good."
well,
Yeah.
I'm trying. I've been practicing. So.
Good for you. You've been in the bedroom.
Yeah,
learning some chords.
In the bathroom. That's
Yeah.
where you get the best reverb, So.
I do kind of want to walk. I know you and I have walked through it before, but just for new listeners, because I feel like there's so many people that are just now discovering you. You were like out of music, and you were working back in Chattanooga doing what?
Well, I was working in the concrete, really. It's kind of doing a lot of construction work, but I had done that for a long time, so I kind of knew a lot about, I'd done asphalt, paving, and concrete, and heating and air, whatever it was, a bunch of stuff. So I got with this company, and I've become the guy that got to go around to job sites and mess with concrete, rebar, asphalt, whatever it was. I kind of knew a little bit about it a lot, so that was my job, which was cool because I kind of worked my way up in that and didn't have to, cut rebar and tie all that stuff anymore. I was getting to watch other people and make sure they were doing it right.
Supervising a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, it was good.
And we'll fast forward just a bit, but you're at a wedding, and you're also playing a little music on the side just to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you love music,
Right.
but you had to work a real job at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing at a wedding, and then who was at the wedding who noticed you?
A little guy named Jake Owen. And he, I was making a little money on the side, but it was for fun, and somebody needed me to come and play some songs, so I said, yeah, I'll do it, and there was money involved, so that was good too. But I'm sitting there, and Jake walks in, and it was kind of in the middle of nowhere too, like it's a beautiful farm, but I wouldn't expect Jake to come to this thing, and somebody said he was, and I thought, yeah, they're probably drunk or something, and sure enough, he come out there, and he sat and watched me play for a long time, and at the end of the night, we got to talking a little bit, and he tried to talk me into quitting my job. And I was like, well, I can't do that. Like, what am I going to do? He was like, well, you should go for this thing. I said, dude, I've tried to do this thing for a long time, and it didn't really work, so I can't, just quit my job and go play Tootsies or something. I mean, that ain't going to cut it. And he was like, no, man, I think you got it. So I'll tell you what, just take me on the road with you, and we'll see what happens. And he did. And a couple weeks later, I was on the bus with him, and we went down to Florida and played some shows. And then next week, we're headed somewhere else. And he's like, you going to quit that job? And I said, yeah, I guess so. So I went in and quit it. And no lie, it was like, I don't know, a week or two later, it was like, well, I don't need you anymore. I got these other shows going on. I can't really take you on it. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of hung around a bit and just got back into writing songs with everybody. And that started leading into other things. And then I got one of my heroes, Willie Nelson, I got the call to go on the road with him right after that too. So I was traveling around with Willie and playing this old guitar here and just singing for his crowd, and they got it, and it was cool. It was fun getting them to meet those guys and Willie, and they were real good to me. So.
Yeah. And so here he is. And there's some more.
Go.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's really an
awesome.
amazing story. How's the record been? People have been loving it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we messed around and made us a country record.
You
and,
did.
So it's a lot of people, people get it. And, I'm proud of it. Like, it's a singer-songwriter kind of thing. And, I write with a lot of good songwriters, and they're pumped up about it because, it's country music. And the whole thing with Stacker Records is I wanted each song to kind of be a little different. Like, when I was growing up, I had a stack of records that my parents had, and it was everything from Ozzy Osbourne to Willie or Merle or whoever, or Otis Redding. So I got a little influence from all that, and I've tried to put a record together of stuff that I've written that kind of goes with that.
How was it playing the Grand Ole Opry for the first time? You did that in September.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I kind of dreamed of getting there one day, and I tried to downplay it, so I wouldn't be nervous when I get up there, but it didn't work. And and I wanted to kind of do it a little different, so I brought my upright bass player and my buddy who plays dobro for me, and we went and stood in a circle, just us three, and I played this guitar, and we just did it old school, and it was really cool. And people, they were nice to us, and they seemed to like it. And it was a great moment. I had my little boy and my little girl with me, and my wife and stuff. So they don't get to go to a lot with me, but if I'm going to Grand Ole Opry, they're coming with me. So it was cool.
The story I wanted to share, because I learned it because I was hanging out with Jake and Larry at my house, and apparently Jake had invited you to come over because they were having like a bonfire, like they were hanging out at his house.
Right.
And he texts you and he says what?
First off, we'll go back. I had worked 14 hours that day or something like that, 13 or 14 hours, and I was tired, and I was sitting on the couch, and I get this text, and it was like, hey, man, you want to come over to this little bonfire? We're going to have some people over and have a big bonfire and, have some drinks and just sit around and pick a little bit. And I was like, honestly, I was like, I don't know, man. I'm tired, And my wife's like, it's Jake Owen, this is when I first got to know him. She's like, maybe you ought to go. I was like, God, I'm tired. And I was like, all right, fine. So I got up and got ready and going to make my drive.
So Jake's like, where is Larry? He's like, I just texted him. He said he's coming. He's like, it's been an hour. It's been 2 hours. Jake didn't realize Larry was driving from Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I was on Monteagle Mountain when he called. He's like, where you at, bro? I was like, I'm on Monteagle Mountain. He's like, why? I was like, I live in Chattanooga. He's like, you're going to drive like 2.5 hours over here? I was like, yes, I am. And but you know what? It paid off. It was cool because we got over there. We played a lot. And it was that night I had started. I never messed with social media very much, And so I had 100 followers on my Instagram. And that night, Jake is like posting about me. And I was like, look at this. All these followers are coming in. I had like 1,000 by the end of the night. I was like, I have made it now. So
Larry says he's not big on social media, but him and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, I got on like one of these apps and bought some Bitcoin, whatever. And then it bottomed out like 2 weeks later, and I get a message from him going, how's that Bitcoin doing? And that's all it said. And I was like, I'm going to leave that on red right there. I got the message.
Yeah.
But you guys, check out his whole record. It's Stack of Records. It came out in late September, but it's so good. It has Where I Find God that he performed here earlier. Are you now having a little success where you can put like lotion in your beard because it looks very like full? Like, are you taking care of your beard in a new way?
I've been that successful.
Oh, you have been that guy?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. That's how you get it. It doesn't. Nothing helps it grow, but I guess it's manhood and testosterone or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a guy in Chattanooga Beard Company. They Matt Patty is his name, which I think is a cool name, and he hooks it up and he makes it all right there in his shop. Like, it's got little waxes and all kind of stuff. So I go by. They're about to make my own scent. So.
And what is your own scent? What would that consist of?
It probably smell like wintergreen snuff and maybe some bourbon or something like that. Probably.
Oh.
Odd combo, but I'll take it. If that's you. Have at it.
Whatever. Yeah.
At Larry Fleet. You guys follow Larry Fleet. Great artist. I do think you'll love the record. And Where I Find God's doing great. Larry, good to see you, friend.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, hopefully
Thanks
see you
for having
soon.
me.
There he is. Larry Fleet, everybody.
It's a Bobby Bones show.